All right. Shalom, family. It's your brother Kanaiba coming at you once again with this video titled, When Vanity and Attention Seeking Leads to Death. Is it really worth it, Israelite women? Consider the cost. Okay. So here recently it was reported that this Instagram / OnlyFans model actually died here recently. I believe she actually died on April the 20th. Okay, but I believe the news about it has, just now been coming out, a few days ago. But nevertheless, yes, she died. Okay. And the cause of death was, I believe it was cardiac arrest due to complications from her cosmetic surgery. Okay, that's what actually caused her to die. It was the cosmetic surgery, having work done on her body. Okay. Now, the lady here, I don't know what her ethnicity is. I don't know if she's an Israelite or not, but I just felt like this is the perfect time to actually make this particular video, for Israelite women. Okay, because it's not only the other nations that's off into this, this cosmetic surgery. Okay, you have Israelite women doing it as well. Okay, when I say Israelite women, I mean so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American women. All right, and what's really mind-boggling to me is the fact that Israelite women are doing this when in reality, Israelite women are the most physically attractive, the most beautiful women on the face of the planet. Okay, and again, I'm talking about so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American women. Okay, the Israelite woman, she doesn't need to go getting cosmetic surgery to alter her body. Okay, the Most High Yahweh has already blessed the Israelite woman for the most part with that physical beauty. But there's a trend of women simply altering their body, and for the most part it's for vanity and for attention. That's why in the title I said consider the cost, because this woman, like many others, she went to undergo this surgery and she wound up dying. And that's the reality of what could happen to a lot of women. Now, this woman, not only was she doing it for the reasons of vanity and seeking attention, she also had an unhealthy obsession with trying to look like Kim Kardashian. And as you see in this picture, that there's a resemblance. Okay, but she had this unhealthy obsession with looking like Kim Kardashian, which again shows me that there could have been self-esteem issues and really mental issues going on to actually want to look that much like, or want to look like somebody else at all. Okay, but we're going to get into that when we actually get into this video we're going to watch. It's a really short video about this individual here, just to give us a little bit more insight about her. Okay, and we're going to go from there. All right. So without further ado, let's actually get into this video. Okay.
I've been getting a lot of good looks. A lot of people really think I'm Kim K.
Now, off rip, she just said I've been getting a lot of good looks, and a lot of people really think I'm Kim K. And you see how she said that, and there's a sense of her feeling proud about that. Okay, about looking like somebody else. Okay, that's an issue. Okay, what was wrong with you that you couldn't garner this type of attention just simply being yourself? Okay, now as a female, you shouldn't even want to be garnering this type of attention anyway. Empty, empty, empty attention from really men who don't care anything about you. Okay, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. They don't care anything about you. Okay, it's all about your physical appearance. Okay, but anyway, let's get back into the video.
Christina Ashton Gorkani, a model best known as a Kim Kardashian lookalike on Instagram, has died. She was 34 years old.
I noticed at a young age we have very similar features.
Now, I'm guessing that's her on the left before, or it looks like before all the cosmetic surgery. And even without the cosmetic surgery, she still resembled Kim K. I mean, I don't really understand what all the cosmetic surgery was about. Okay, it's just, I don't know. But again, what is the big deal on looking like somebody else? Okay, that's why this whole thing about being a fan of somebody is real dangerous. Okay, you should love yourself enough to just simply be yourself. And I know that may sound cheesy and cliche, but I mean, it's the truth. Okay, her weird obsession with Kim Kardashian actually led to her demise. Okay, now she's not here anymore. Okay, was it worth it? And the answer is no. Okay, a lot of times, if these women, if they would put half as much of effort, into the inner man, their spirit, as they do on the outward appearance, they would be in good shape. Okay, but, that's just me talking. But anyway, let's get back to the video.
So I knew that it was easy for me to be her lookalike.
Christina's loved ones shared the tragic news on a GoFundMe page, revealing that Christina, whom they called a caring and loving free spirit, died on April 20th.
How I maintain it, I'm gonna be honest, I'm on strict diets, I work out a lot, and I definitely do my face injections and Botox.
Yeah, you could tell she does the face injections and the Botox. Just watching her sit there talking for that, split few seconds, you could tell that, I mean, her face was just froze. Okay, it was like no facial muscles was moving. Okay, it's just, she looked artificial. Okay, but these are the lengths that a lot of women will go to in the name of beauty, and that's vain. Okay, and most of the time, what they think is making them more beautiful is actually taken away from their natural beauty. Okay, it's actually making them look worse. Okay, but again, that's why I titled the video the way that I did. Okay, it's just simply going into vanity and attention seeking. And she's trying to garner this attention looking like somebody else. That's unhealthy. Okay, but anyway, let's get back to it.
I've done my breast actually twice, so total in surgeries, I would say 30,000.
According to her family, the social media influencer died following surgery, alleging that the cosmetic procedure led to her death.
Now, as they just said, it was the cosmetic surgery that led to her demise, right? Now, what I don't get is what more could she have done to her body? Okay, she said that she already spent a total of 30 grand on her body. Okay, if I remember what she just said, she had her titties done twice. Then you could tell she didn't had a BBL as well. So what more could you have done? Okay, how much bigger do you want certain areas of your body to be? I mean, it really doesn't make sense. But again, this is vanity. And this is the lengths that a lot of women would go to try to make themselves look more physically appealing, even putting their life on the line. Okay, and that's really going into, that's like a mental illness. Okay, all in the name of garnering attention. Okay, now a lot of these women, they may argue with me and say, well, they do it for the money. Okay, to garner more attention on social media, to gain more money. Well, the thing about that is all money ain't good money. Okay, if you have to get this money by, jeopardizing your integrity, that, I mean, is it really worth it? Okay. But anyway, let's get back to the video.
It usually takes me about an hour for hair and an hour for makeup for sure. Even without my makeup, surprisingly, people think I'm Kim K.
The social media influencer and OnlyFans model emulated the reality star, recreating several of Kim's trademark looks.
And I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous. Now, if you're going to spend a sum total of 30 grand on your body, you shouldn't be doing it anyway, but at least have quality work done. Okay, just look at this. She is very, very disproportioned. Okay, she almost looks like a cartoon character. Okay, and I'm not really saying this to be funny, but again, why would you mess yourself up like that? I mean, it don't make sense to me. It looks abnormal. Okay, and to actually think that some men would actually find this attractive, I mean, I don't know. It makes no sense to me. But anyway, let's get back to it.
These are some of the Kim K looks that I go for. She likes the prints.
Yeah, now notice she said Kim Kardashian, she likes the prints, talking about the animal print. Now, with that being said, for me, that means 9 times out of 10, Kim Kardashian, she's probably under the programming as a beta sex kitten. Okay, that's what that animal print represents on the left-hand side. Okay. And just to give some context to that, just look at how Kim Kardashian began to, get attention or get fame. Okay, what really jump started her fame was the sex tape that she had with Ray J. Okay, before that, who really knew about Kim Kardashian like that? I mean, what was she really known for before that sex tape? After that sex tape, that's when, her, I don't even want to say career, but her acclaim started going up after that sex tape. Okay. And, quiet as a kept, a lot of these so-called Instagram models, you may catch them with the animal print on. Now, am I saying they are under the programming? I can't say for sure. I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me at all. Okay, them wearing the animal print as well. Okay, they could be beta sex programmed as well. Okay. When you look at a lot of these shows, these reality TV shows like Love and Hip Hop and all of that, they're pretty much stomping grounds to introduce new assets, to the world and get them acclimated into the craft. Okay. Now, going to social media, it wouldn't surprise me if businesses like Fashion Nova, and businesses like that could be, the same thing for these so-called Instagram models. Okay, I'm not saying it is, but it wouldn't surprise me. Okay. But anyway, that's just my critique. Okay, let's get back to it.
Obviously fitted and tight with some cute shades.
Like everyone's checking out like these guys over here too. Watch.
Oh, wow.
Now, see, look at that. Again, that's why I titled the video the way that I titled it. Okay. When vanity and attention seeking leads to death. Okay. And that's all it is. It's attention seeking. It's vanity. Okay. Now, one of the things that a lot of these women they'll do, they're in denial and delusional. What they'll say is, well, I'm not doing this for the attention of men. Okay, I'm doing it for myself and all this other foolishness. madam, stop it. Okay, you dress the way that you do, not for yourself so much, and definitely not to attract other women. Okay, you're doing it to get the attention of men. Now, if you have a platform, a social media platform, where you're actually earning money from it, you definitely not doing it for women. Okay, your main customers are men. So you're doing it to garner the attention of men. That's why I said all money ain't good money. Okay. But again, you just look at her reaction when the dude brought to her attention that, people are, looking at her. Okay. Again, it was a sense of her feeling proud about that, being happy about that. Okay. She's seeking the validation of total strangers. Okay. Now, here's my question with that. If she was actually married, would she seek the validation of her husband the same way she's seeking the validation of other men who are complete strangers to her? Okay. If her husband, requested that she shut down all of her social medias, okay, would she seek the validation of her husband to the point that she will honor his request and actually shut down her social medias? Okay, because you shouldn't be looking for outside validation from anybody. Okay, just speaking specifically to women right now. The only two people that you really should be seeking outward validation from, of course, is first the Most High Yahweh, and of course his son Yahweh Shai. But the only other person you should seek outward validation from is your husband. Okay, that's the only man you should be seeking validation from. Okay, that can actually be healthy, especially if you're with a righteous man. You have no excuse not to seek his validation. Okay. Something as simple as, okay, since we were on the topic of dress code, something as simple as the way you dress. Okay. Leaving out the house, the way you dress. You should seek, your husband's validation on, if this is appropriate to go out in. Is it too revealing? Should I change? How is this going to make me look? And how's it going to make my husband look? Is it going to be disrespectful to him the way that I dress out there in public? Just little things like that, seeking his validation, that's healthy. Okay, but you're not supposed to be concerned with how other men see you. Okay, their validation. Okay, it should only be about your husband, right? But again, let's fast forward it to now. The lame excuse that these women will say, they'll say, well, I have my own identity. I'm not, what's the thing? I'm not male identified, and all this other stupidity. Okay. As a woman, you are identified by the man that you're with. Okay. There's a reason why the scriptures say that a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. Okay. And on the flip side, the righteous woman is given to him that feared the Lord. Okay. You, to some degree, you are identified by the man that you're with. Okay. Whether you like it or not. Okay. But anyway, let's get back to it.
That's Kim Kardashian? Oh my God. Okay, Kim, gotcha.
I feel so confident from the camera. It's crazy. I feel natural.
And notice how she just ended that. She said, she feels so good in front of the camera. It feels so natural. Well, the thing with that is, it's not natural. It's unnatural. Okay. You have gained an unnatural sense of confidence. I can't even call it self-confidence because it's not coming from herself. She's gained an unnatural sense of confidence by gaining an unnatural body, okay, by way of cosmetic surgery, okay, which that in and of itself is unnatural. And by doing this, she's attempting to look like another person, again, that's unnatural, just to garner attention. What about any of that was natural? It wasn't. Okay? But this is an issue that's really not talked about enough. Okay? And what am I saying? What I'm saying is a few videos ago, I did the video called the pornography problem. Okay, the taboo topic. And I talked about how watching pornography actually affects your dopamine level. Okay, the chemical in the body that's known as dopamine. It's known as the reward chemical or the reward center. Okay, that's what porn does. Well, quiet as a kept, that's actually you get a similar effect from social media, from seeking attention from social media. Okay, it affects a lot of people, mainly women, the same way that porn affects, certain men or men in general. Okay, because it gives you an unnatural dose of dopamine. It causes you to get addicted to it. Okay, now that would explain why a lot of women like herself would go to such lengths just to garner this attention. Okay, it's become addictive to the point that they will put their body or their lives in jeopardy, just to garner this attention from complete strangers. Okay, but that's another ugly side of social media that nobody really likes to talk about, but it's true. Okay, but yeah, that was the end of that video. And, it's unfortunate that she lost her life. But again, this is what happens when you go under the knife like that to try to alter what the Most High, naturally gave you. OK, and what makes it even worse, she's doing this to try to look more like somebody else. She's trying to look like Kim Kardashian when she should have just been happy with the way the Most High made her. Okay, so with that in mind, this just simply brings to mind a scripture. Let's take a look at this. So moving forward, this is the book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 7. And it reads, it says, but even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear not, therefore, ye are more valuable than many sparrows. So the point I want to get out of this verse, it talks about how the very hairs on your head are all numbered. Now, what this gives you a sense of individuality. Okay. Everybody on this planet, you have a specific number of hairs on your head. And just in general, what is going into as an individual, that there's nobody else on this planet exactly like you. Okay, you are unique. The Most High made you unique as an individual. Okay, and that's something that you should be happy about. Okay, you should take a sense of righteous pride in that there's nobody else on this planet like you. You are a unique masterpiece. Okay. Even when you're dealing with twins and they could be identical, okay, they are not 100% the same. Okay, sometimes you have one that's taller than the other slightly, one may be a little heavier. Okay, and let's just say for the sake of the argument, maybe they look so much alike that you can't tell the difference. Okay, well, the personalities are not the same. Okay, that's why, again, you should look at yourself as a unique masterpiece and not try to look like somebody else. Okay, in fact, you should almost look at it as if in a way you're insulting the Most High. Okay, you're not happy with the individual that he created that you see in the mirror. Okay, that should be problematic. Okay, why take all this time, energy, and in her case money, and putting your life on the line, trying to look like another individual? And my question would be, what's so special about Kim Kardashian that you want to look like her anyway? Okay, I mean, when you look at Kim Kardashian in totality, what is the main thing she's really known for? And is that something to be proud of? Okay. I mean, that's just the way I see it. Okay. But here again, that just goes to show you, this attention seeking, what it is that women like this, certain Instagram models or OnlyFans models or whatever, in order for them to get that attention, what is the type of energy they have to put out there? They have to exude a lot of sexual energy. Okay, for lack of a better term. Okay, they have to be very sexual. They have to hypersexualize themselves in order to gain all of that attention. Okay, but again, all attention is not good attention. That's why I was saying earlier, the only validation you should be looking for from, a man, that man should be your husband. Okay, but here again, this is where the issue of being shamefaced comes in. Okay, that's why it's so important for women to be shamefaced. Okay, if this woman was shamefaced, she'd still be living today. Okay, and it all really boils down to that. Okay, actually, with that being said, let's look at another verse here. Okay, so moving forward, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26 and verse 15, and it reads, it says, a shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace. Now watch closely. It says, and her continent mind cannot be valued. Okay, again, this is really, you can really link this up with the Proverbs 31 woman. Okay, what does the scripture say about the Proverbs 31 woman? It says her price is far above rubies. Okay, it's pretty much the same thing when it says here that her continent mind cannot be valued. Okay, you cannot place a price on a woman like this. Okay, this woman is shamefaced and faithful. Okay, but what I want to really put emphasis on here is this word continent. Okay, not to be confused with the word continent dealing with a body of land. Okay, or land mass. Okay, not that continent. Okay, this is talking about something else here. This woman, this shamefaced woman, she has a continent mind. Now, what does that mean? Okay, let's get the etymology of this word continent and let's see what it's going into. Okay. All right, so getting into the etymology of the word continent. It's right here. And it reads, it's an adjective. It says late 14th century, self-restraining. It says temperate, abstemious. Okay, that's a new one. But it seems like it's going into the word abstinent. Okay, I could be wrong, but that's what it seems like. But it says abstemious. Then it says especially abstaining from or moderate in sexual intercourse. So we'll come back to that. But it says from Old French continent and directly from Latin continentum. Then it says holding together, continuous, present, participle of contener, to hold back, check, also hold together, enclose, from assimilated form of calm with together. It says see con. Then it says to near, to hold. It says from the pi root 10 to stretch, in reference to bladder control 1899. Okay, so we got the point. Okay, but going back to the top where it says self-restraining, it says temperate. Okay, and especially abstaining from or moderate in sexual intercourse. Okay, so now we're getting an idea of what it means to be continent. It means to be self-restraining, and ultimately not exuding this hypersexuality. Okay, you don't have a mind to exude this hypersexuality, to sexualize yourself. Okay, remember that verse in Sirach chapter 26. It says it talked about her continent mind. Okay, so she doesn't have this hypersexualized mind to put herself out there to try to garner that type of attention. Okay, that's why I said if this particular woman, that just died from this cosmetic surgery, had she had this type of mind, that continent mind, had she been shamefaced, she'd still be living today. Okay. But the problem is, so many women today, they place so much emphasis on the outward appearance and on, other things that are pretty much vanity, that don't give them any real value. Okay, this is what Peter was talking about in his letter. Okay, the letter that he wrote. In fact, let's actually get that. This is 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 3. Now, this is him actually talking to the wives of the congregation, and it reads, it says, whose adorning, let it not be the outward adorning of the plaiting of the hair and of wearing of gold or of putting on of apparel. Okay, now is Peter saying that it's actually something wrong with a woman doing these things? No. Okay, it's perfectly fine for a woman to actually do these things and enjoy it. But the problem, it becomes a problem when you put too much emphasis on it. You put more emphasis on those things than you do with your spirit, that inner man that he's about to talk about here in a minute. Okay, that's when it becomes an issue. Okay, and when you actually read this verse, everything that's listed in this verse are the exact things that the Most High said he would take away from the daughters of Zion in Isaiah chapter 3. Now, is that a coincidence? No, I don't think so. Okay, but the point is not to focus solely on the outward appearance, on the physical. Okay, that inner man needs just as much, if not more, attention than your physical appearance. Okay, so moving forward to the next verse. This is verse 4, and it reads, it says, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible. Okay, so this is what you should be adorning. It's that inner man, more so than the outward man or your outward appearance. Okay, you should be adorning that inward man, meaning your spirit. Okay, your mind, your spirit. Okay. Actually, let's start at the top again. It says, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price. Okay, now let me ask you something. Okay, had the woman in question in this video, has she had a meek and quiet spirit, would she be living today? The answer is yes, because a woman that has the spirit of meekness and and of being quiet, She's not looking to garner attention like that. Okay, the only attention that she's concerned with is the attention of her husband. That's the only man's attention that she wants. Okay, again, that's why I started off by saying it's so important for women to be shamefaced. That's why the Bible puts emphasis on that. Okay, but again, this woman in question, she was so focused on being the opposite of shamefaced to get this attention, okay, due to vanity, that she put her life in jeopardy. She was willing to undergo the knife, to undergo surgery just to alter her body to look like somebody else, to get attention. For what? For what? A false sense of confidence? That's what it seemed like. Okay, because we saw how proud she looked when she was getting that attention. Okay. But anyway, let's move forward to the next verse. So this is going to be verse 5. And it reads, it says, "For after this manner, in the old time, the holy women also, who trusted in God, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands." Emphasis on their own husbands. Okay, that's why I spoke about seeking the validation of your husband and how that is healthy. Okay, seeking the validation of your own husband and not seeking the validation of outside, strange men, strangers, that don't care anything about you. And let's be frank, all they really want to do is sleep with you. Okay, that's all they are concerned with. Okay, especially when you're dealing with these so-called Instagram models, OnlyFans models, etc. Okay, that's all it is. But this is the price of seeking, of attention seeking. Okay, this is the cost of vanity. Okay, but again, it's talking about the women of old and how they adorned themselves. It was more about the inward man. Okay, having a meek and quiet spirit. That's how they adorned themselves, the women of old. Okay, and here's the funny thing about that. Okay, when you read about the notable women in the Bible, the women that had a certain level of acclaim in the Bible, the Bible actually does talk about their beauty and how very beautiful they were. But here's the kicker. That's not what those women were known for. Although the Bible mentioned it, it's not what they were known for. Okay, you better read the one of my favorite books in the Bible, the book of Judith and the Apocrypha. One of my favorite books in the Bible. The other nations, they were so overtaken by her beauty. Okay, when you actually read about it. But that's not the main thing that she was known for in totality. Okay, just read the book of Judith. Okay, I'm going to leave it for you to read. It's a beautiful story. What she did for her people, for her nation. Okay, so moving forward, this is verse 6, and it reads, it says, "Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as you do well, and are not afraid with any amazement." So a lot of times what you'll see here when scriptures talk about, the righteous women of old, most of the time it's our foremother Sarah. She's usually the standard, okay, that Israelite women should look to, okay, when coming into this faith, trying to become that Israelite woman that the Most High wants you to be. Sarah is the standard to look to, right? And again, it talks about how Sarah obeyed Abraham. So again, there's an element of seeking the validation of your husband. Again, okay, that goes along with obedience and being submissive, all those things that the Bible commands of a wife. Seeking your husband's validation goes right along with that. Okay, it goes hand in hand. Okay, but here's the point that I want to get to. Now, if you look at Sarah is also one of those women that the Bible actually talked about her beauty. Okay, Sarah was very beautiful. Okay, even in her old age, as the Bible talks about, right? But again, my last point, that's not what Sarah was known for, though. What is Sarah known for? You're reading it right here. Okay, notice it doesn't say anything about her physical appearance. Okay, and Peter did that on purpose. That would defeat the point if he were to start talking about that. Okay, his point is the adorning of the inward man, having that meek and quiet spirit. And he's using Sarah, as an example. She's the standard. Okay. Now, as far as Sarah's physical beauty, okay, she wasn't going around, flaunting it for all nations to see, trying to get their approval and seeking their validation. No, that beauty was for Abraham and Abraham only. Okay, and it would behoove more women. And when I say more women, I'm specifically talking about Israelite women, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American women. It would behoove you to seek to be more like Sarah. Okay, we would have more women like Sarah. You wouldn't have situations where women are trying to alter their body all in the name of attention. Okay. So now let's move forward. Since I actually mentioned Judith, let's talk about her real briefly to, further prove my point, to give more context to what I was saying. This is the book of Judith, chapter 8. I'm going to read verse 7. And it reads, now this is about Judith, right? It says, she was also of a goodly countenance. Now watch closely. And very beautiful to behold. Allow me to repeat that part. She was also of a goodly countenance and very beautiful to behold. It's talking about her outward appearance. Okay, that's like I said earlier. When you look at a lot of the women in the Bible that had a certain level of acclaim, the Bible does briefly mention their beauty. Okay, but that's not what they were known for. And we're about to get to that here in the next verse. But let's finish this out. It says, and her husband Manasseh had left her gold and silver and men servants and maid servants and cattle and lands, and she remained upon them. Okay, so obviously her husband was deceased. Okay, and these are the things that he left her. Okay, so obviously she was also with a righteous man. Okay, the scriptures tell you that a righteous woman is going to be given to him that feared the Lord, right? He was able to leave her these things, right? It's what the Most High blessed them with. But now, let's go to the next verse. Now here, this is key. Okay, now remember, here in verse 7, it talked about how very beautiful she was to behold. Now let's look at verse 8. Okay, so moving forward, this is verse 8, and it reads, it says, and there was none that gave her an ill word. Nobody had anything bad to say about Judith. Why? Here it goes. As she feared God greatly, Allow me to repeat the last part. As she feared God greatly. Okay, notice it didn't say that nobody had an ill word to say about her because she was so beautiful. Not what the Bible said. The emphasis was not placed on her physical appearance, on her physical beauty. The emphasis here is placed on the fact that she fears the Most High Yahweh greatly. Okay, and this right here, you precept this perfectly with the Proverbs 31 woman. Okay, notice it says that Judith feared the Lord greatly. Okay, what does the Bible say about the Proverbs 31 woman? Let's take a look. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 30. And it reads, it says, favor is deceitful, okay, and beauty is vain, right? Allow me to repeat that part. And beauty is vain. Okay, nothing wrong with it, but it's not the most important thing, okay? Here's where it's at. It says, but a woman that feareth the Lord, or feareth Yahweh, she shall be praised. Did we not see that example in Judith chapter 8 and verse 8? Notice nobody had an ill word to say about Judith. Why? Because she feared God greatly. It goes right along with the end of this verse. A woman that feared the Lord, she shall be praised. Right there, hook, line, sinker. Okay? But anyway, I believe this is actually a good place to end the video. And again, the title of this video is When Vanity and Attention Seeking Leads to Death. Is it really worth it? Israelite women, consider the cost. Okay? And wow, honestly, I really didn't even intend on this video to be this long. I don't know. I may break it up into 2 parts. I don't know yet. Okay, but then, you know, that's the way it be when you flowing in the spirit. Okay, but I feel it was a good video, a video that was needed. Again, this woman here, you know, she died due to complications from the cosmetic surgery she had. Okay, you know, just simply trying to alter her body. And, you know, again, what's mind-boggling is, you know, she's trying to look like somebody else. You know, she's not trying to have her own unique look. You know, either way is still wrong, but, you know, she's not even trying to have her own unique look. Okay, she's trying to look like somebody else. She's trying to look like Kim Kardashian. And in the process, you know, this led to her demise. Okay, all in the name of vanity and attention seeking. And that's why it's so important, you know, as Israelite women. Now, again, I don't know what her ethnicity was, but it's important as Israelite women to be shamefaced. Okay, all of this would have been avoided for her had she been shamefaced. Okay, again, I don't know if she's an Israelite or not, but, you know, if she was following the example of her foremothers, you know, again, Sarah being the standard, this wouldn't have been an issue. She wouldn't have felt the need to alter her body like this, to seek the validation from, you know, strange men, you know, strangers that she don't know at all. And like I said earlier, you know, just probably only want to sleep with her. Okay, but, you know, it's an issue, but, you know, a lot of this could have been nullified if, you know, and a lot of this can be nullified if women just, you know, start following examples of the women in the Bible rather than the examples that the media gives them for women. as role models. Okay? So, with that, and as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High Yahweh, which is the name of the Heavenly Father, and I do so by Hashem, which means in the name of Yahweh Shai, which is the name of the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father, whom the world knows as Jesus Christ. And I want to thank all you brothers and sisters for tuning in. I hope this video was informative and edifying. And until next time, Shalom, family.